Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. I have my crystal ball off to the side, so I will be scrying throughout this message. If you're new to my channel, my readings are a little different, and if you're returning, welcome back. You know how we do if it doesn't resonate with you. If you're forcing the story to fit, arguing with it in any way, just leave it behind for the people who it's meant for. So channel members, on the 30th here, I'm looking at my calendar, on the 30th, you guys will have your All Signs Live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with me. If you're interested in channel memberships, that link will always be in the description box below. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Okay. Taking a step aside. And allowing spirit to pass through me. Opening up to receive information. Okay, I'm seeing like a scarab beetle, but I'm seeing it like its wings are opening and like the under wings, I don't know what those are called, are kind of like sticking out a little bit. So it's something that's about to take off. This almost makes me feel like something that had been in our life that either we removed out of our life or that we stopped engaging in has come back into our life. So this feels very much like a part of us. It's not going to be someone external to you, okay? This isn't about a relationship. I mean, you can apply these readings however you want to, but specifically, this isn't coming through that way. This is something that we are picking back up for ourselves. And this is something that is about to start directing our course. Maybe it already has. So for example, maybe you forgot that you love to play piano and you started picking up the piano and then you're like, you know, maybe I should do something with this now. Maybe you're somebody who used to really love being out in nature and for whatever reason you weren't able to go out and you rediscovered that love and now you want to get involved in something. There's something here that's about to take off because of this new energy. And I almost feel, okay, so I'm seeing chamomile flowers now. And that's my symbol for like things that are uplifting our energy. And oftentimes when our energy is uplifted, we're a lot more relaxed, right? It kind of soothes the nervous system. So someone here, whatever this is, it's actually very therapeutic for you and it's elevating your energy vibration. Okay. I just heard port key, which is from Harry Potter. Whenever you touch it, transports you. So this is something that might make you feel like it transports you elsewhere. Here with the Devil card, there's something that we are particularly bound to. And no, okay, no, that's not what's happening. Is it? Six of Cups. Oh, okay. Tell me more before I say anything about this. Okay, tell me more about this. I want to make sure I get this right before I go saying things. Transports us someplace else. Okay, so what seems to be happening here is there was a long process that somebody had to go through. One of the reasons why this energy or this thing left our life, there was a long process that somebody had to go through in integrating themselves, right? There is some sort of confidence or belief in self that had to be adopted before we were ready to do anything with it. We have the Six of Wands here. This is about our self-confidence. There were like our own personal demons, right? Our own shadow, our own issues or traumas that we had to clear out before we were ever going to be able to do anything with it. It's almost like there may have even been some sort of traumatic situation that took you away from this thing. Now, what I'm seeing here with the Lover's card is I feel like this is something that now that someone has displayed a great deal of balance, this is something that we're able to work with now. There's this other energy, though, that still needs to be worked on. Here what we have is we have the Six of Cups. So this is past, this is memories. For some of you, you're picking this up just because you remember that you used to love this thing. That there's nothing necessarily inherently wrong in it, but you're being asked to kind of make sure that you inject it with something that is who you are now, right? You're not the same person. After having gone through this experience, you're not the same person. And it's important to honor that. It's important to honor who you've become, not just live in the shadow of who you were. And what may be happening right now is somebody may be feeling that. They may be feeling that there's something kind of missing, or there may be like this longing, this starting to process of, I miss how it used to be. And so if that's happening, allow those emotions to come up, allow that feeling to process, because something does seem to be processing that is in relation to this energy. I see this sometimes when, like, for example, somebody went through a really bad experience, and they shut down, they lost parts of themselves, and the things that they love to do just kind of, they stopped engaging in them. And after years and years of healing, they come back to it, and then they find that things that they had never truly processed about mourning what had come before this situation, that's what they start to mourn. And so that's kind of what's happening here for somebody. Now, when I have the Magician, this is when the soul is ready to enact its will, right? And this is what seems to be happening. We're going back to this thing that was always part of us. I don't want to say it wasn't meant to be put down, because it absolutely was in light of this, but it's part of us that we were always supposed to have. I hope that that differentiation makes sense. And now that we have it back, now we're ready to enact our will, to do something for this. And this is something that may require some tenacity, right? It might require us to push the boundary on what we're comfortable with, because I do feel that somebody's been in this energy of trying to have success over this, this like sort of a Saturnine battle. I feel that somebody's been engaged in that for many years. Yeah, many years. So yes. 6 is coming out. That's funny. We got the devil and then we got 666. So I feel that's significant. We have the 6 of Cups, we have the 6 of Wands, and then we have the Lovers. Some of you, this may have been a love situation that was extremely traumatic, whether it was losing someone or being involved in a really toxic relationship, maybe even cycles of toxic relationships. Maybe there was even a friendship that grew really toxic here. And for some of you, this may even be parents, could even be a factor in this as well. So what's happening here is there's some sort of cutting away that has taken place in the past. And this cutting away of this energy has really allowed us to kind of move into this place where we're picking this back up. I see the 4 of Wands here. So there's not only was there a situation that seemed to kick this off, but the situation seemed to really shine a spotlight on some foundational issues that we had. Again, going back to that idea of family and the parents. So with the 4 of Wands, that's where we have base camp, right? And with this fountain, that fountain sometimes speaks to me about the fountain of youth, but more than that, it really speaks to me about a concept called the fountain of all worlds. And it's the idea that there's energy that moves through all the different layers of reality and feeds each layer of reality. So there's layers within your life that have been fed by previous layers within your life, going all the way back to the beginning of this life. And whatever this situation was that triggered this, it really shined a spotlight on that. So like I said, somebody's been down for the count for a very long time in terms of not engaging in this thing that they love, but rather working through this material. Someone's been on a very long healing journey, very long. And now that this is starting to come back online, someone has gained the wisdom and the tools and the skill sets that they could only have gotten through life, right? Through really living life in its raw, like very vulnerable and aggressive aspects. And someone is equipped with that now, and they're off to a very strong start. Like I said, what I was seeing was a scarab beetle. So something's come back to life, and the scarab beetle is just about to fly. So something here is about to take off, okay? Let's get one more card here. And this is the 8 of Pentacles. Someone may be using, incorporating this into a business. So starting your own business using this hobby. So striking out as, like, you know, your own, an artist, a self-employed artist or a freelance artist. Maybe it is becoming a tarot reader. Maybe it is, you know, anything that you could imagine, whatever it is that is going on here. Maybe you are finding ways to kind of support yourself with that. More so than that, the 8 of Pentacles is about carefully crafting it. Okay. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Where are we going? Yeah, this isn't right. This one's not right. What is it? Where are we going? Okay. Oh, this is iffy. This is iffy. I'm gonna have to shuffle this off to the side. I have to make sure that tatas don't come out because YouTube. Okay. To the left of these two crows, please. Okay, we have the Singer of Connection. Yeah, there's something that is coming back into our sphere, some energy that we're reconnecting to. You know, this is kind of throwing me into the energy of those of you who are rediscovering your more magical aspects, right? Sometimes for those of you who feel that you were born very magical, you may not resonate with the idea of an awakening because you feel that you came in awakened, and you may not even resonate with the idea that people talk about often about having these unpleasant sensations when they're getting downloads or activations. That might not make sense to you. That makes no sense to me, but I talk to people about it because in the many years that I've been doing this, I've encountered a lot of people who have those experiences. I don't. I mean, I've always been this way. So, you know, I feel that there are some of you out there who are watching this, who are resonating with this, who also have been this way. And you may have noticed that that frequency or that energy had unplugged from you at some point, and you're understanding that it's plugged back in, right? Interesting. Okay. Again, another number 6. Number 6 might be very important for whoever this message is for. So, okay. Yes, I can show you. And then we have List of the Shadows. Again, that taking off, about to fly. That's really the energy that this is giving me. Something is about to take off for somebody. List of the Shadows is able to remove herself from this energy. And this may have been the big lesson that someone had to learn, was how to release some sort of energy that was always holding you back. This isn't always what it looks like, right? We tend to think of this in terms of people, but it can actually manifest in various ways within our life. A true detox of negative energy isn't just with the people. It's not just within our minds. It's within the media that we consume. It's within the things that we choose to involve ourselves with. So you might have particular archetypes that were part of a negative story in your life, but you're still watching them as your form of entertainment, right? This can all play in, and it sucks, but that's often, you know, the case. And so somebody here, you've kind of removed this energy completely from your life, and this is allowing you to finally extricate yourself. Okay, let's see, one more card for the middle. Ooh, this was very difficult for someone to see. I think that whatever the situation was in this journey, sometimes you didn't know which way was up and which way was down. Sometimes you didn't know if you were the one that was experiencing whatever this was, or if someone else was experiencing it, right? Sometimes when you're the person that has been victimized or who is going through a healing journey, you'll be surrounded by people who pretend that they're the ones going through it, so that you have to put your own issues aside and tend to them. It's a really kind of insidious sort of thing, right? It's like, oh, they're vulnerable, let me get more energy out of them. Some of you have really dealt with some people like that, and I think that you have moved yourself away from that. I think it was the reading before this. I'm doing a bunch of readings on the same day because I just have so much energy coming to me that I have to get these out. So I think it's the reading that comes out before this one, which talks about boundaries, like heavily implementing boundaries to cut some sort of energy out of our life. I think that whoever this message is for, you've done that. Also, whoever this message is for, you've learned to keep certain things to yourself, okay? That's really important. A lot of people, they tend to overshare. And if you're an oversharer, think about what you're really doing there. You're advertising to other people that you just give all this energy out. And sometimes what it can do for other people who don't have a lot of energy is it can really overwhelm them and burn them out. And so there's a little bit of a boundary issue there. We don't necessarily understand where we should end and what other space other people should occupy. This is an energy that I think that some of you have gone through. especially with the swords showing up here on the bottom left, right? This is the past, and the swords is the sword of communication. And notice the clouds that are around it. It's like a murky, hazy communication. The sword doesn't really know where it sits. So some of you may have over-explained yourself, apologized all the time, overshared a lot of information. And in the process of healing this, you've learned to kind of like self-contain. I don't know why, but I'm just going to say it because it, like, the whole thing just kind of came through. And it's funny because I said something like this about a week ago to someone, not this whole thing, just like a little part of this. So it's kind of interesting that there's more there. When you think about goods and services, the more of them that there are, the cheaper they are, right? But the more scarce it is, the more expensive it is. And the same thing kind of holds true with our interactions with people. If you are scarce and you are hard to access, you become more valuable. People appreciate your time and your energy and the things that you have to say more than if you're just always out there and everyone can access you and you're just like blah, you know? So if you're a person who kind of blahs, and maybe pull that back a little bit, right? Because I know a lot of people will watch these readings even if they don't resonate. So you might be somebody who this isn't necessarily resonating with. Maybe you haven't closed up that container and learned to keep certain things to yourself. Maybe try doing that. You might notice that people react to you very differently. And you may notice that you feel differently. You might not feel so scattered. You might not feel so overwhelmed. You might not feel so drained, right? What we're doing when we're too open and we're too sharing is we're just dispensing all this energy from our deep psychic spaces. And it invites all kinds of like energy vampires. It invites all kinds of people who want to take advantage of you. So just kind of like close that up a little bit. The reason why I'm saying that and why I think it's coming out so strongly is because I just keep staring at this. And if you notice him, he's got these three little eyes and he's got these three sharp spikes. And this is the center of this mass of aspects of self, right? Because that's really what this card is saying to me right now. And in this center, nobody really knows what that little thing is thinking because it's the one that doesn't have a mouth. And it kind of pokes people if they get too close to that center. It's okay for you to have things that you keep to yourself and you tell people it's none of your business, no matter how close they are to you. That's okay. Like, it's okay to have boundaries. It's okay to have things that you keep close to your heart that nobody knows of except for you. Let's see. I'm almost seeing this energy is really freeing itself from this energy over here. So some of you, you may have worked through, maybe even systematically thinking of the planet Saturn. You may have worked through things regarding time, the time that you have left, the time that you've spent, the way that you spend your time. You may have worked through issues regarding grief and death. Some of you, I'm seeing the Six of Wands being something that someone has left behind. The need to appear a certain way. The need to always be seen as validated. The need to have others validate you, right? This is somebody who's moving away from all of that. And they're very well aware of what they're capable of, what they haven't necessarily learned to be capable of. And there's also this sense of, I'm trying to get back to something. Like I said, remember that where you're going is never something that's rooted in the past. There may have been a feeling that you had in the past that you're trying to find in the future, and that's okay. Just don't force it to look the same. Because whatever's happening now, whatever path you're on, it does require strength. That doesn't mean it's going to be hard. It just means that there's comfort zones that you're going to have to break out of in order to be successful in the way that I think that this energy is trying to push someone towards. So I'm going to leave this here. If this resonates with you, please hit that like button. Feel free to leave me a comment. And until next time.